Another great benefit of LeadPerfection is the way it handles internet leads. Anyone who has ever had to process internet leads probably has thought to themselves what a waste it is to have to rekey data into the system, since it already exists in an electronic format, namely email. We agree, and we've built an interface into LeadPerfection which will open an email box, strip out the data, and load it directly into the LeadPerfection database. This interface works two ways. First, if an organization has email running through a Microsoft Exchange server, LeadPerfection works directly with Exchange to process the lead the second it is received. For those that don't have Exchange, LeadPerfection can sweep all of the necessary POP3 mailboxes every minute or two and download the email messages to import them from there. This entire process works with the Get Next to Dial button, which was demonstrated in the previous section of this video. So if a given appointment setter has been set up in the dial control screen to handle inbound leads, he will be taken directly to the inbound leads page when he clicks the Get Next to Dial button in the event there's a new lead waiting to be processed. You might have noticed the alert message scrolling across the bottom of each page every minute or so, which informs us that a new lead has been detected and is now waiting for processing. This further assists in assuring that internet leads are processed ASAP. In this example, we can click the Get Next to Dial button to see how the process works. Notice that instead of opening up an existing prospect record, LeadPerfection has taken us to the inbound lead page. We can see that there is one lead waiting to be processed. We can now click the button to begin processing the new lead. The page currently displayed shows all the fields of data received and parsed from the email. One might wonder why LeadPerfection uses an intermediary screen for processing this data instead of just using the main contact detail page, and that's a good question. The answer is because we don't want to lose control of data being fed into the system. The inbound lead page acts as a gatekeeping mechanism to prevent spam and other invalid data from being directly entered into the lead database. At this point, the user has the option of clicking Edit to make any corrections or additions to the data received. This is an important step, as sometimes data received from third parties might not have all fields completed. Often, one might receive a lead without a product interest specified in the correct field. However, after reading the notes, sometimes the product interest can be determined. Once the user has made the necessary changes, they can click Done, and the system will attempt to identify any previous leads for this prospect. If none exist, the user can simply click the Create New Prospect button, and the record will be added to the database. If a match is found, the user can select it, and the new lead will be added to the existing prospect rather than to a new one. Here's the reason why this is such an important benefit of LeadPerfection. Those who have worked with internet lead sources probably know that the leads purchased are sold to more than one company at a time. In fact, it's fairly common that 4 or 5 other companies will receive copies of the same leads at the same time. RJR Technology has performed numerous studies which demonstrate the faster the response time, the more likely appointment setters are to issue the appointment, and the more likely sales reps are to close the deal. With LeadPerfection, response time can be cut down to a matter of a few minutes in order to get a head start on the competition.